Stepping up to the couch, it's Brian, who led the league last season in cracked screens. But with his new athletic case, it looks like that won't be the case. Touchdown, Brian!
Yo, what is up guys? It's me, Zachary. Hope you're all having a fantastic day and welcome back. You already know that we got a few things to talk about today, so let's not waste any more time. Let's just get into everything that's going on in the NBA. So of course, Giannis Antetokounmpo is widely seen as one of the most independent stars that the NBA has left. In today's age of star players always trying to look for other star players to team up with in hopes to win the NBA championship, there aren't many players out there that are still trying to do it alone and without asking for help from anybody. You got Damian Lillard, who refuses to leave Portland, Anthony Davis, who so far at least has been very loyal to the New Orleans Pelicans. You already know Russell Westbrook isn't going to beg anyone to come to OKC or think about leaving OKC to team up with anyone else. And then you have Giannis Antetokounmpo, who not only doesn't want to team up with another star player on another team, but the man even refuses to practice over the summer with other stars from other teams. That's how independent of a superstar he is. And this isn't to say that any of those guys don't have significant help on their team, that they might not even have another star player playing alongside them, because that's not true. They're just not going to ask or beg for anyone to play alongside with them. They're also not going to leave their current situation to go team up with another star. Anyways, we got another story out yesterday from Jason Terry, a former teammate of Giannis Antetokounmpo, and as Jason Terry was talking about his experiences playing alongside Giannis, what he's learned from playing alongside Giannis, he said that he believes Giannis Antetokounmpo is a rare player that has what it takes to make a team a championship level team by himself. Giannis, his DNA, his makeup is he has the ability to carry a team to the championship level himself. I think he's still enjoying the challenge of trying to take on the world's best, like LeBron James head to head, trying to take on guys like Kevin Durant head to head, and he's really enjoying that matchup and embracing it. I mean, he wants to be the best player in the NBA. I've heard him say that on multiple occasions. With the right players, the right coach, and the right system around him, Giannis is for sure one of the few players in the NBA talented enough to make an NBA team a championship level team by himself. He's good enough to get the Bucks to the point where they don't need another superstar level player in order to win a championship. Milwaukee is already a really good team. Everyone knows that. And that's despite Giannis being the only high level player. Now, yes, they do have players like Chris Middleton and Eric Bledsoe, but even though those players are good and Chris Middleton very well could make his first all-star team this year, we all know that they're not nearly on the same level as a player like Giannis Antetokounmpo. And this Bucks team as a whole is the best and most well-coached team Giannis has been a part of so far in his NBA career. So they're really good, but they're not quite championship level yet. I do want to say though that it is refreshing to see a player like Giannis Antetokounmpo who doesn't try and be all buddy-buddy with other stars in the NBA. He's like, I'm gonna do my thing here in Milwaukee, y'all go do your things, and I'm gonna try and beat you by myself without having to leave and team up with any other stars. Speaking of teaming up with other stars though, that leads us to our next story that we have to talk about real quick, as it seems that teaming up with other stars is exactly what Carmelo Anthony is trying to do right now. Alright, so yesterday Carmelo Anthony sent out a couple of very cryptic tweets, like very cryptic tweets, both of which have since been deleted, by the way. And one of the tweets was simply at LeBron James with a couple of emojis followed by it, and another one was both at Stephen Curry and Kevin Durant saying let go. That's it. There's no other follow-up tweets or anything. Man simply tweeted at LeBron James and then at Stephen Curry and Kevin Durant. And of course, this has people thinking that Carmelo Anthony was trying to get their attention in a way to say, yo, LeBron, let me on the Lakers, or yo, Curry and Durant, let me hop on Golden State real quick, go win this championship. He liked to play with the Warriors or he liked to play with the Lakers. That's essentially what this means, and there's no denying it. It's clear that that's what Carmelo Anthony was trying to do. My only question is, what on earth made Carmelo Anthony think that this was a good idea? Clearly, afterwards, he recognized that tweeting at LeBron James, Stephen Curry, and Kevin Durant like this wasn't a good idea. That's why he deleted it. I just want to know, why did he think this was okay in the first place? It's not a good look at all. It makes him look desperate. And speaking of the Golden State Warriors, it's no secret that the Golden State Warriors haven't quite been themselves this year. They haven't been as dominant as they have been in year past. Now, granted, they have been dealing with injuries to players like Stephen Curry and Draymond Green, so that does hurt them a little bit. But now though, even though they're as healthy as they have been all season long, the Golden State Warriors still don't look much like the Golden State Warriors, as after they lost to the Utah Jazz last night, Golden State is now just 21-11 on the year. And even though that's by no means a bad record, it's just not the same standard the way you're used to seeing from the Golden State Warriors over the past few years. And according to Kevin Durant, one player on the Warriors that needs to step it up and start making some shots and contributing offensively is Draymond Green. As after they lost to the Jazz last night, KD said that Green has to start shooting and scoring more considering how much teams are backing off of him defensively.
Draymond's kind of in a season-long shooting slump. He was just out here talking about he's starting to see defenses sag off him more and more. How much do you guys need him to shoot when his defenders are sagging off like that and start making something?
Yeah, I mean, we just want him to shoot, making them, obviously we would love him to knock him down, but we just want him to be aggressive to shoot, be aggressive to look for a shot a little bit more, not just threes, but, his little floater that he shoots, a little mid-range that he works on every day. So, we know his game is passing and defense, but we need him to score.
Now, what Kevin Durant just said very well could be true, and it makes sense. If teams are backing off Draymond Green so much, it's only making it harder for the Warriors to run their offense. You can't have a player that gets completely disrespected on the offensive end, have the ball in his hands trying to make plays for others when defenses don't even have to worry about him whatsoever. But even though Draymond Green scoring more might help the Warriors be better, and that is a good solution, that's a lot easier said than done right now. As right now, Draymond Green isn't even hitting 20% of his shots that he shoots from beyond the arc. Man is only shooting 18% from 3 right now and averaging just 6.5 points per game. Meaning that essentially right now, Draymond Green is just a bigger, better passing Tony Allen. Now though, we have to switch gears completely and talk about something that has some fans pretty upset. And that is the fact that Brian Scalabrine, who is a commentator for the Boston Celtics game, showed no concern whatsoever when a player was potentially injured in last night's Suns vs Celtics game. As last night, after Kyrie Irving challenged a shot by TJ Warren at the rim, TJ Warren and Kyrie Irving both went down extremely hard. Kyrie Irving though did spring right back up, but not TJ Warren, as he was down on the ground in pain. And this is what Brian Scalabrine had to say when that happened.
And with the salaries that guys are making and earning, they deserve the salaries.
Ooh.
Is he all right?
As long as Kyrie got up, I'm cool.
Man didn't care about TJ Warren's health at all. As long as Kyrie was fine, Brian Scalabrine could care less. Now you might be saying, well, of course, he's a Celtics commentator. Of course he's gonna be happy that Kyrie Irving was healthy. And why would he care whether or not TJ Warren gets injured? But the thing is here, you should never be so biased that you become happy that another player gets hurt. You should never have that little empathy or compassion towards another NBA player, especially since Brian Scalabrine himself was an NBA player at one point in time, so you would think that he especially would have some compassion for a player who seems to be hurt. But not even the fact that he just didn't have any empathy or compassion for TJ Warren, it's the fact that he and the other commentators started laughing at the fact that Kyrie Irving was fine but TJ Warren wasn't. Now fortunately, TJ Warren was fine a bit after that, and I guess karma did his job because Phoenix Suns and TJ Warren still wound up beating the Boston Celtics for the Suns' 4th win in a row, by the way. And I'd be lying to you guys if I told you that I could remember the last time that the Phoenix Suns had a 4-game winning streak. Now though, here are some other noteworthy things happening around the league. And the first one is that the Houston Rockets just made NBA history last night in the win over the Washington Wizards, as last night they set a new record for the most threes made in a single game with 26 3-pointers made. By the way, this was also Houston's 5th win in a row. Also from last night, with the Brooklyn Nets 96-93 win over the Chicago Bulls, they have now won their 7th game in a row, meaning that they are the hottest team in the NBA, and this is still without Karis LeVert, so that is extremely impressive. And what makes it even more impressive is that this is the first time that the Brooklyn Nets have had a 7-game winning streak in 165 days. And this last one is pretty much just a fact that I found to be really cool, as after the Hornets beat the Cleveland Cavaliers last night, they advanced to a modest 15-15 record on the year, meaning that so far the Hornets this season have been 7-7, 8-8, 9-9, 10-10, 11-11, 13-13, 14-14, and now of course 15-15 as well. I think they're a pretty safe bet to finish the year with a 41-41 record, which in the Eastern Conference should be good for one of the final 2 playoff spots. Whereas if they were in the Western Conference, a 41-41 record probably end them in like 13th or 14th place. And that is where we are going to end it today, guys. Here's a look at the updated standings. Of course, the Toronto Raptors still #1 in the Eastern Conference, but the Milwaukee Bucks are approaching quickly. And then in the Western Conference, the Denver Nuggets are still atop the conference, trying to fend off both the OKC Thunder and the Golden State Warriors. Hope you guys enjoyed the video though, and if you did, then why not subscribe to the channel with post notifications on so you can stay up to date with everything that goes on in the NBA. Thank you once again for watching though. You guys already know that you are the real MVPs, but that being said, until tomorrow, I'm out of here. Peace!